Right. What is going on, Colts Nation? JW Sports Talk Show back in the house. Haven't done a live in quite a while. As you see, the background is getting better. In the middle of painting, so one wall is gray, one wall is blue, one wall is red. Just didn't do that well yet. But in the middle of painting, as you see, the background looks much different, much better. Finally got a little bit of lighting. But inside the horseshoe, what's going on, man? If you want to come on, you could. If not, it's all your choice. Just let me know. I don't mind if you want to come. If you want to come on or not. I'm just talking, some training camp battles, nothing too crazy. Just want to get back in the swing of things, doing lives. I haven't done one in so long. Need to do one so bad. So if you want to, let me know. I'll send you a StreamYard link. Probably not going to have many people watching. Just, since I haven't done one in a while, no one's expecting me to do it. But it is what it is. Get back into it somehow. I'm trying to straighten up here a little bit. What's up? Excited about this year? Me too, man. Me too. Sure, I'm at work, but I can chat. All right, bet. I'll just send you the link. Okay. No, not your work. Just in case. Okay. Never know. All right. Yeah. So now we're gonna start talking a little bit about the Colts training camp. So, top 5 camp battles for the Indianapolis Colts heading into the 2022 training camp. So, my number one battle here is Sam Ellenger versus Jack Cohn. 2 quarterbacks. I'm not sure if the Colts are going to keep 3 cornerbacks on the roster or not. But if they do, Sam Ellenger versus Jack Cohn is going to be an important matchup. And one guy is maybe going to be on the roster. Other guy going to be on, the practice squad, whatever. So, interesting battle there. Sam Ellenger has been on the team longer. Sam Ellenger has – there we go. What's going on, Matt? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I'm going to mute myself real quick because I got to yell. Make sure nobody's in the room I'm about to enter.
All right. So, I randomly caught this live. Enjoy your content. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I love making the content. Love talking to people all around the world about Colts and football, whatever it is. So how's your night going? How's work going, Matt?
It's good. Just checking some restrooms, making sure nobody made any messes. Somebody left a 1-step pregnancy test in here, so that's something. Potentially congrats to that person who left it in a bathroom. You know who you are.
Oh, that's something. Find some interesting things at work. So quarterback, it's my number one battle for training camp. Sam Ellenger and Jack Cohn. I think Sam Ellenger is going to win the battle just because he's been here a little longer. He's been in the system a little longer. I don't know too much about Jack Cohn, but I know Ellenger is a great character. Ballard and Frank always liked him. I know you are gonna like Jack Cohn because he played for Notre Dame. Battle?
I like Jack Cohn. He played for a year at Notre Dame just because he transferred from Wisconsin, I believe. But no, Jack Cohn, the reason why I think he's going to win over Sam Ellenger, for one, Jack Cohn is someone who fits the offense better than what Sam does. He makes quick decisions. He's smart. He didn't get to really show that as much as he could have at Notre Dame because the offensive line was quite terrible because of, just the coaching there. It was not good. If he was at Notre Dame this year, I think people would be much higher on him because he stands back. He's going to make that offensive line better. But Jack Cohn, he'll make decisions quick. He's fast. He's like he plays like Matt Ryan,
Okay.
So I think he's going to win. I think he's better than Sam too. I don't think Sam's all that great. Yeah, great story.
Yeah.
He's a fighter. Good for him. But whoever wins QB3, they may not even be on the 53-man roster.
Right.
They might be on training camp. Obviously Nick Foles is QB too, but
yeah,
if I had to throw a guess on who's going to win, not being biased at all, because I like Sam a lot too. I'm going to go Jack.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know much about Jack Cohn, so it was good that you told me a little bit about him. I really did not know much, didn't look into him too much. I know he had an okay arm. Is that true? I think so.
Jack's got a good arm.
Yeah,
He
much
can get
better
the
than
ball
Sam.
down there if you want him to. He's going to go through his progressions. He'll make that decision quick, like I said. But yeah, he's got a good arm. I think it's better than Sam's. But I mean, Sam, he can get it down there, but he doesn't have the greatest arm. And Jack, it helps that he's taller too.
Yeah,
Sam's quite small for a quarterback, but Jack definitely fits as far as the size too for QBs.
All right.
But yeah, if I'm going to go with one of those two,
Jack Cohn.
Notre Dame or not, it's Jack.
Yeah. All right. So the second room that I have put down here is a tight end room. I think this whole room is going to be fighting for a higher spot. This is going to be a fun room to watch in training camp. Does Jelani Woods, maybe jump Molly Cox if he has a monster training camp? He's big. He's got receiving skills. I think he can block a little bit. What are your thoughts on Jelani Woods? Is he going to get a lot of playing time to start? Is he going to be a monster in training camp? What are your thoughts?
I love Jelani Woods. I think he's definitely going to get playing time. I still think experience plays a factor for sure, not just because of how long he's been on the Colts, but also because he's been a tight end longer technically. I still think Mo's going to win, but I'm very curious as far as who's going to get the tight end 2 spot. Is it going to be Kylan or is it going to be Jelani? That I think is the battle I'm paying attention to, because I think it, no matter how good Jelani is in training camp, I think it's Mo's spot.
All right. So, Kylan Granson, we know he's a faster guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is he, like 6'3", 6'4"?
6'4", I think, somewhere in there.
All right. Yeah, he didn't really get much playing time last year, so we didn't really get to see much. So I hope he gets. So I hope he earns more playing time and he keeps on playing. So
me too. I feel like Jelani, he's the bigger threat on the field if you're going to compare him and Kylan, especially in the red zone.
Yeah.
Like, I think Matt Ryan's going to love Jelani because of his size.
How about that Andrew Ogletree guy that we got? I think is he from Youngstown? He was from. I heard he was a good blocker. Just
I think so.
Didn't have much production in the pass game.
Yeah, another big guy. I like him. I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of playing time, but I do think we'll see him play a little bit this year. I don't know if it's going to be more special teams or if we're going to see him in the red zone as well. Honestly, I would love to see, just for one play, have Mo, have Jelani, and have Andrew Ogletree out on the field at the same time. Good luck to the corners.
And then Pittman and Pierce.
And like Pittman, Pierce, if you want to go 5, just have all of them out there. I mean, or you can swap one of Pitt and Pierce and put in Strong. If Strong is ready.
God, that dude is big too, I heard. So
yeah, he's 6'5", 6'6".
So that's another question I had. Who's gonna win that number 4 spot? We have Ashton Doolin. We have I'm blanking on another guy's name right now. Des Patman.
Yeah, Patman.
And then Mike Strawn. So you think out of those 3 guys, who do you think has the best shot being number 4?
I think Doolin has the best chance of those 3, but I'm telling you, if whatever, I don't know if it was injury, if it was playbook, whatever it was with Strawn, if he gets whatever, was wrong this past season figured out, he might win it. Because, I mean, just with the athleticism, he catches everything you throw at him, it seems like. He's like a matchup nightmare compared to the others, because it's not like we lack speed. I mean, Doolin brings the speed, but we have a lot of fast guys. I mean, Pierce, like, we can use him for our speed.
Campbell.
And Campbell, too, if Campbell stays healthy.
One healthy,
So it's going to be tough. But if Strawn gets whatever was wrong figured out, I mean, I think he has a really good chance of being receiver 4 or 3, depending on what happens with Campbell.
Yeah. I heard a lot that he didn't get a lot of playing time because of special team stuff. He doesn't really play special teams much. So you know how Ballard is.
Yeah, you got to earn
I like
your
that mentality though.
got to earn your minutes. So if you
Yeah,
got to play
yeah.
special teams, then you guys play special teams.
Gotta work
And
your
just
way
so
up.
YouTube knows, in case I heard the flush, I am not using the restroom. That is not what's happening.
I think he found doo-doo in a toilet at work.
Yeah, I am not using the restroom. Don't worry. I was just checking stuff. That just happened to go off on its own.
All right, so this guy goes, I feel Michael Lidican. I feel Woods just needs to learn the playbook before he jumps Cox. Yeah. As Matt was saying with the experience, Cox has been here for a while. He's very experienced, more than Jelani in the NFL at least. So, yeah. Got you there. John, what's up? Would we use Ogletree more on run blocking? Yeah, I think so, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see him being used in that, type of situation for sure. But I don't know. I would love to see him out there.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Hello, Jacob. Lies. What was lies? Oh, I don't know.
Lies? Conception?
Oh, he's talking about your toilet thing.
Oh, well, I'm not.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
promise. I don't need to get banned for me walking by a toilet. Thankfully, none of these are going on.
All right, then we have the tackle position, the left tackle position. It's going to be a fun position
Yes.
to watch in training camp. And our Raymond, Matt Pryor, we all know Matt Pryor is a huge man, and we all know that he would be an amazing guard, especially in this system. He can move a little bit, he can swing a little bit. But he's over at tackle right now. The Colts think Danny Pinter can be the right guard for now.
Yeah.
But at left tackle, Bernard Raymond, the steal out of Central Michigan, late third round.
Yes.
Excited to see what he's going to bring to training camp. So, what do you think? When do you think Bernard Raymond is going to step in and play a little? Do you think he's going to win training camp, or what?
I am very curious to see him go up against some of the guys out there, like Quiddy and Yannick or whoever he goes up against. That I could see that really going to anybody. I could see, Ryman winning. I could see, Pryor winning, because I'm more high on Pryor than I feel like most people are,
Okay.
which is a shame because I think he would
Last
do
year he played
pretty
really
well.
good when he stepped in.
Yeah, I
when he
was
stepped
very
in.
happy.
Yeah.
And then everybody was freaking out, like, oh, he never started, as a left tackle. Oh, it's uncertain. I was like, well, you played pretty good when you needed him to.
People should be complaining about Chris Reed leaving.
Yeah, I wish we could have kept him.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets the start, good for him. I'm glad he. Jesus Christ, that door. It would not move at all, and I have to close it to make sure. I don't know why I have to close it. They just tell me to close it. But anyway, yeah, if he starts, good. I'm happy he gets the start in Minnesota, right? That's where he signed.
Yeah. I think he's going to start.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone on that O-line could. I was actually talking to a Vikings guy, and I think they said that they're expecting him to start at center.
Okay, that'd be interesting. I'd be curious to see that. But like I said, if he's not going to start, or if that wasn't the plan, then he just got picked up for whatever reason, I'll be really upset because I wanted to keep him for depth reasons, or heck, even to be the right guard.
He was an amazing depth piece. I think he would have been just fine at right guard. I think he would have been just fine.
I think he would have done really well. I mean, when Nelson was out, he dominated, and I understand
it's awesome when he was out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand. Okay, it's weird. Sorry, but I mean, I understand. Right guard, left guard, different, all that good stuff. I think he would have been a really good right guard. I think he would have fit in really well. I like Pinter there. I think Pinter's going to do really good playing at right guard too. But I wish we could have kept him. Just depth and everything. That would have been
because
really
we
nice.
knew that he could play good ball.
Yeah,
Pinter, it's kind of a little bit of a question if he could really step in and play a full season.
Right.
I think it is a little bit to me.
Like, I'm confident in Pinter.
Yeah.
I mean, Pinter, he plays center.
Oh, cutting out. Unless it's me.
I mean, I'm confident he'll do well. I just, for depth reasons, I wish we could have kept him. That'd have been a really really big move, I guess. It's the
I'm happy that we have Dennis Kelly, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think
like
he's
that
an
too.
amazing depth piece. I thought he was a really good signing. Days before we signed
Yeah.
him, I wanted the Colts to go after him. Good swing
Right.
tackle or whatever. So,
Oh, yeah.
I think that Matt Pryor is going to win camp, and I think Matt Pryor is going to play pretty well. And if he does start to struggle, then put Raymond in. If he struggles with 2 or 3 weeks, if he struggles like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, throw Raymond in there. Because it can't get much worse. A young guy struggling, getting those valuable reps, even though he's struggling, he's still getting valuable reps for the future. But I more so see it as Matt Pryor. If he gets hurt, then I think Bernard Raymond's going to step in.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I could see that too. Honestly, I could see that going either way. I could see, any one of them starting, really. I mean, I don't really think there's a big gap between those two.
Yeah,
so.
Gotcha. All right, what's next here? So, talked about the tight ends, talked about the quarterbacks, talked about the tackles. So, We'll break it up with the kickers here. Hot Rod and who was the other guy? I had the other guy written down here someplace.
I'm
Jake
blanking
Verity?
on it.
Jake Verity?
Maybe.
Is that it? Yeah, I think I have written on a sticky note. I think that's the guy.
I mean, I don't remember, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, since like a big break, which I am back from, I've kind of forgot a lot about the news. I've really kind of like took that break, so I can't really remember his name.
Yeah.
The kicker, but I think Hot Rod's going to win it. I have faith in Hot Rod. I think now that he's married, he's going to know, hey, got to keep your job,
Yeah, exactly. Right. I just want to see him be more consistent on 50-plus yarders. That's when he worries me, when it's beyond 50 yards.
Am I back?
Yeah. I can hear you now.
We good? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, my internet's spotty in the building, depending on where I go.
So you didn't hear me, right?
But no, I think Hot Rod's going to win.
Okay.
I did not hear you.
All right, so I said, oh, man. Yeah, it's kind of pretty bad. I can't even understand you. Oh, no. I can't hear him. All right, I'll answer this question when we get that figured out. If Pryor's great at left tackle, would Raymond get switched to right tackle or in a position? I don't see any of those two guys going over to right tackle because Braden Smith is over right tackle. Love Braden Smith. He's a very good right tackle. I don't see any of those guys taking his spot. I think if Pryor loses a job, say a crazy scenario where he loses a job, I think Pryor should go over and play right guard. I have more confidence in Matt Pryor playing right guard than maybe Tanner Pinner. He's bigger, and I think, I don't know, I just feel Matt Pryor would be better over there. Your thoughts? Oh, no. Could you still hear me? No, it keeps going out. Dang it.
Hopefully, that won't work either. I have really bad connection in here.
I'm hearing you now. It's pretty consistent right now. Yep. Nope. Dang it, this stinks. This stinks. All right.
4, 5, 6,
yep.
7, 8,
1, 2,
9,
3. I heard the 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2. 3. No, don't the 3 was cutting out.
There you go. It off. It's cutting out.
Off.
Yo.
Yeah. There. This out. Yeah, it's bad. It's cutting on and off real bad. Dang it. All right. We'll continue here for a minute while.
Very.
Nope. All right. I guess we'll keep talking a little bit while he's getting that figured out, and then we'll fill.
Yeah.
And then we'll fill him in. We'll fill him in. Yeah. Then we'll fill him in.
Turn the Wi-Fi back on. It's coming back home.
Oh.
Consistent
connection.
O'Reilly.
Oh, yep. I think we're good. Good one.
Okay, and it's gonna be really spotty because I got to get back to where I was, where it was really bad.
Oh, all right.
I'm just gonna set my phone down. We're gonna see if that works. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just set my phone down because I have my AirPods.
All right.
Okay, I think we're good.
So for the cornerbacks, so there's two cornerbacks I want to talk in specifically. We know Gilmore's going to start. We know
yes.
Kenny Moore is going to be a starter in the slot. Hopefully, he doesn't if that's a question I just thought of. If Kenny Moore actually does stay out of camp, which I don't think he's going to, so there's a crazy possibility. Does Isaiah Rodgers start in the slot? And then do we have Brandon Fashion, like a guy starting outside corner? A crazy scenario I don't see happening, but I guess it's just interesting to talk about.
So I think Kenny Moore's going to show up to training camp. Yeah. I personally believe that. However, if Kenny Moore goes, you know what, I'm not going to show up because I want to prove a point. Yeah. If Isaiah Rodgers goes in there and balls out in the slot, Kenny Moore might not be on the Colts knowing Chris Ballard. He might be like, this guy wants it. Yep. But you don't want it. Now, I think that would be a bad move personally because I think Kenny is the best slot corner in the NFL. I don't think Isaiah Rodgers is going to be better than him at that position.
Right. Fair. But not only is he a huge impact on the field.
I'd be curious.
Yeah, like off the field in the locker room, he's big time voice in the locker room. He's big time,
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody loves Kenny, and if you traded Kenny Moore. That's not good for the team. The team will not be happy with that.
No. So back to the original scenario that I was going to talk about with training camp. So the battle between Isaiah Rodgers and Brandon Fashion. Now, if you've seen me tweeting on Twitter, if you've seen what I've said lately, I love this kid. There is no question for me. I went on and I was bold, and I think Isaiah Rodgers is going to have 5+ interceptions. I love this kid. I think he's going to blow out of the water in training camp, and I think he's going to come in week 1 and have a huge impact. I don't see Brandon Fashion having a chance against this kid. He's young. He's hungry. Very talented. What do you think?
I like Brandon Faison, obviously coming from Oakland, or I guess now Vegas, from there. So he's kind of used to the system that's going to be put in place in Indy. But Isaiah Rodgers, I think, for one, underrated. 2, I think he's just better, period. And I like Faison. I think Faison would be a nice depth piece on this team. I think he's going to come in when you need him to. Yeah, he played well for the Raiders too. There's some people that weren't happy with him. You look at his numbers; they're pretty good, especially for some guy that can come off the bench for you. I'll take that for sure. So I think Rodgers will win the other outside spot for the corners, but I think Faison is going to be a really nice guy that will come off the bench and do his thing.
All right. So how about the safety room right now? Nick Cross, Ronnie McLeod, or Marnie Watts. I think Nick Cross and Ronnie McLeod are going to be the week 1 starters. I'm not sure where Julian Blackmon is in his development right now. I haven't heard too much. I haven't looked into it too much, but assuming he's not going to be ready for week 1, I think Ronnie McLeod and Nick Cross are maybe the week 1 starters. Your thoughts on that for training camp, that battle?
I agree. I agree with you. I think if Julian Blackmon doesn't start, it's going to be I almost said Brandon Faison again. He wouldn't start at safety. It would be McLeod and what's his face? Nick Cross. It'd be those two. But I believe, I thought I heard anyway, Julian Blackmon's going to be ready sometime during training camp.
Oh, okay.
So he should be ready for week 1. But, I guess you never know. Maybe that was just some optimism from the Colts side, and, it just ends up not being the case.
Yeah. Oh, and that actually gives me another thought to talk about. So, Darius Leonard, he had that back surgery, and that's expected
the 5th best safety in the league. The 5th best linebacker, not safety.
I know. Madden. And Madden's terrible. Madden's actually terrible. 2K will
I
make
always
a better
adjust the
game.
ratings.
Yeah, 2K will make a better game with fake players. Fake players. I swear.
No, 2K's bad too.
I
2K's
yeah,
really
you
bad
wouldn't be able to
with.
connect to the players. Yeah.
I mean, you got. I mean, the NBA 2K. I mean, this year looks promising, but I say that every year. At least they got Michael Jordan to cover for one of the editions, so there's that. But yeah, 2K with like
But
NBA
yeah, like
is really bad too.
Yeah. Yeah. I never really played 2K, so I didn't really know, but yeah,
It's just
I've
the
always
same
heard
game.
people talking trash on it. Yeah, it's the same game every
It's
year.
like Madden.
It's like Madden, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, it's fair enough. You can't really change too much about a sports game. You know, it's kind of just like a roster update.
Right.
So you know how they're saying, you know, this Darius Leonard back surgery was minor, it wasn't major. I don't
Yeah.
care what people say. When I hear back surgery, when I hear a back injury, I don't see that as minor. I see it as something more serious than just being minor. So I hope Darius Leonard doesn't like rush himself back, you know, try to, you know,
Right.
because we know how much he pushes himself. I don't want
Yeah.
him to do that. You know, it kind of defeats the purpose of rehab when you're just pushing and pushing and pushing and hurting it more. So I hope Leonard doesn't do that.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think they're gonna rush him. They know. Look, they are paying him $20 million a year or something like 18 or
Right.
20 million. They are not gonna let him rush. They will say, nope, you're not gonna do anything. You cost too much for us to let you just do whatever. So I don't think he's gonna rush back out there. He'll be ready for week 1. He'll be ready towards the end of training camp. Honestly, that's all I care about. Make sure he's 100%. Let him get a couple weeks of practice. I mean, he could probably use a week and a half, and be A-okay. Yeah, back, you know, anything that's his back when it comes to an injury, that is something to be concerned about. But I happen to not think it's the biggest deal in the world. I think it's something that they caught early on, or at least early enough to where they can address it, and it's not going to be something that's going to affect him for the rest of his career.
And was it just a pinched nerve? I'm pretty sure that's all it was, right?
I
Or
thought
was it
they
something to do
said
with his ankle?
something. Well,
Ankle. I know the ankle
whatever
is
it
what
is,
they said. They thought.
yeah, whatever it in. I thought I heard whatever that thing was with his back. It was it ended up being part of the reason why his ankle was so screwed up.
Goodness. That's some high level
So
stuff.
now that they're getting this fixed, it should. Yeah, they should fix it.
All right. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like TY Hilton last year, like I feel like the Colts always like downplay injuries and think they're not as serious. You know, something these they've always seemed they've done. You know, even with TY last year, you know, the next stuff they said minor surgery. You know, pinched nerve or disc or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but you know, whenever you hear neck or back, anything to do with the spinal cord, something like that, it's serious, man. Oh yeah, that kind of reminds me of the TY stuff. Did you see the TY stuff?
Yeah, I'll probably get something out tomorrow talking about it. But
Yeah,
just
it's got me a little, you know, it sucks. It
yeah,
really does.
I mean, I don't think it 100% means that he's not coming back, but you know, it definitely does lower the chances of him returning, which I mean, it stinks. I mean, again, it's a business, but still, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I'm thinking he comes back if, you know, mid-season the wide receiver room gets thin, injuries. That's the only reason I see him coming back to Indy.
That would I could honestly see him potentially coming back during training camp if, you know, they're not feeling as good about the younger guys as they thought they would be feeling. I could see him potentially coming back then, but still.
Yeah, I still don't know. Still that question mark.
And if they wait till middle of the season, assuming he's still available, I think they would go after Odell.
Yeah.
For TY.
Yeah, see, when you look at it from
but again,
an
it just depends. Are the Rams going to offer him?
Yeah. Yeah. And could you imagine Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, and Odell Beckham? Oh my
Yeah, I mean,
goodness.
it would not be fun to defend,
No,
and that makes
no.
me very happy that we don't have to play them this year.
Yeah, thank goodness. Thank freaking goodness. I don't really have much else written down here to talk about with training camp. Is there anything that you just want to talk about that you just want to, vent, let off your chest, or just talk about?
Let's talk about Jazz. That's
Jazz.
I don't know. I mean, we're kind of at the end of the off season, getting ready to head to training camp. So there's really not a whole lot of news out there right now with the Colts.
Yeah.
Which is why I took a break because there was, I'm not like Cody and Derek. I can't come up with things like they do. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. Month later, I'm back. And then, like, I know with you cover more than just the Colts. So
Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's hard to freaking stay up at one team as it is, especially when you work and do all that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
Pain.
when I was on my break, I wanted my creativity to still be out there, so I did TikTok. No
There you go.
dances. I didn't do
I know.
dances. I just talked about movies, and that did pretty well. It seems like that definitely slowed down because I gained like 4,000 followers in like 15
Damn.
days.
Sheesh.
And I think me and Cody might be doing something in the future, potentially. I'll give a little nugget there. I might be doing some Notre Dame football stuff too. So, just so I have stuff to talk about.
All right. All
Maybe
right.
Notre Dame and Arkansas will play. No, they do play in a few years.
Ooh.
24, 25, I think. I think it's
Oh, in a
before they
few
play
years, bruh.
it's the home and home series. I think it's either this one or Texas A&M. That's gonna be the home and home series before Alabama. Which
Gotcha.
when they play Alabama, Nick Saban's probably gonna be retired. That's 2028.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Notre Dame will play Arkansas. I'm gonna be at the home game anyway for Notre Dame for that game.
All right. There you go. All right. So this guy
And
Mike says
we
Reich
might
will
have to do a
never.
stream.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Reich will never publicly say he doesn't believe in the receivers. That's true. Frank is classy. That's what I love about Frank. He's very classy. Just the Colts organization in general usually likes to keep things in. What? I saw you a little bit, I guess. Got nothing in or just didn't answer yet. Okay. Did I mute him by accident? Oh, they muted. Okay. Think what wants to go Buffalo?
I had to mute.
All right.
Yeah, I could see Buffalo for sure. I mean, who
That'd be
wouldn't want to play with
scary.
Josh Allen? I mean,
That
if I
kid
was
is crazy.
Odell, I'd be like, yeah, I want to. I'd be like, yeah, I want to play with Josh Allen. That'd be fun, I guess.
I never thought, until I looked at the stats that Josh Allen has. I think he had almost like 700 yards rushing.
Yeah,
Crazy.
he
I knew
definitely
he was a
uses
good rusher,
stuff.
but yeah, wild. So
I mean,
nope. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Buffalo's often. I mean, it's not a bad offensive line, but it's not the greatest. It's like middle of the road. So, I mean, Josh Allen, he's got the legs. You might as well use him.
Yeah. Especially when you could throw like 70 yards on the field and still run like he does. That's special. That's talent.
Oh,
That's top line. What do you think about the Kyler Murray thing? Me, I think he was overpaid.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could be mediocre and get paid $250 million, $230 million.
He just do it right out there. He don't care.
Yeah. I mean, it
this
helps to have DeAndre Hopkins as a receiver, but get rid of DeAndre Hopkins, and I mean, you're just average. I mean, we saw what he did on Christmas against third stringers for us. He stunk.
Yeah.
He wasn't great. And then he gets blown out in the first round of the playoffs. And he's like, I deserve to be paid fully guaranteed $230 million. You guys can't do it without me. Okay.
You know what scares me about this field, though?
What?
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is
Oh.
so much better than him, and he's going to be paid so much more than him now. Or no?
He should
No.
be. He should be paid
Yeah.
more. I just don't know. It's like
The fact is, more than $46 million a year. That's
yeah,
a
and
lot
it's
as
like
it is.
he doesn't have an agent. I don't think. I think he's
Really?
doing it all by himself. I believe
wow.
so.
Sure.
Either that or his mom is his agent. I know one of
Damn.
the
I
top
didn't know that.
NFL players has their mom doing the negotiations. But DeAndre Hopkins, he did it by himself. Got a pretty nice contract with Arizona.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with Lamar. He doesn't want to work with an agent to get a deal done.
Okay.
Probably so he can get more of that money instead of paying 10% of it to an agent.
Yeah. So the Cardinals were a mess before Murray. Yeah, they were, but like, I mean, how much better are they really with Kyler Murray? I mean, they're better, but this is a point where they're, going to be perennial NFC contenders. No.
No, I mean, put a top 15 quarterback on Arizona, you're going to see similar success.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Put Kirk Cousins out there. I honestly think Kirk Cousins would have similar success.
I think Kirk is very good. I think Kirk is a little underrated.
He's a top 15 quarterback.
He also has a crazy good supporting cast, which is what he needs and he thrives on. He's one of those guys. Nonetheless, he's still talented. Yeah. Yeah, freaking Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Of course, Justin Jefferson's doing crazy, so people stop talking about Thielen. I still think Thielen is really solid.
Yeah, Thielen is, as far as number 2 receivers, pretty nice.
I
would definitely
it must be nice.
I would take a number 2 receiver like Thielen.
Must be nice. Did you see Kent was talking about Jesse Bates to the Colts?
I didn't see Ken talk about it.
Ken Sterling, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Kent talk about it. I like Jesse Bates. He's very good. It's just we don't need him.
Yeah, right. Those guys what he was saying. He kind of just threw the idea out there. I watched the video. He was like, yeah, he's an awesome safety. Colts will benefit, but like we have Blackman, Nick Cross, all these guys, and plus he would take a lot of money. We need to pay guys like Jonathan Taylor, Pittman.
Yeah.
And we have guys that are on cheaper deals that can possibly be, not as good because Bates is a very good safety in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a top 10 safety for sure. But yeah, I'm not going to trade for him because it's going to cost a lot to trade for him, and then you have to pay him, big money.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
like Kent said, and like you said, I mean, there's still Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Quentin Nelson, Kenny Moore. I mean, there's a lot of guys you got to pay. And then,
and then you go on paying Jesse Bates. Go on paying Jesse Bates and then not paying Kenny Moore. I feel like that might cause a little turmoil.
Yeah, Kenny would not be happy.
No, not at all. So Murray or Lamar? I'm taking Lamar every day.
Yeah, I'm taking Lamar for sure.
I think Lamar is still better runner than Murray.
He's more dangerous when he runs with the ball.
He's much better passer.
Yeah, well, they're both not great at passing the football.
Yeah, but Lamar is still solid. He's
still better.
Think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not terrible. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, he's a running back. I'm not going to do that like other people have in the past. But, yeah, I mean, if you're asking me, hey, who would I rather pay $230 million to? Lamar.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Murray just hasn't. I know.
And the height, that's another thing.
Yeah, big
I'd
time.
rather pay a 6'3" or 4" quarterback, that money, than a 4'6" quarterback. That's to stand like 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage, just so he can see over his offensive lineman.
Yeah, if you think about it, the linemen are only getting bigger.
Yeah,
they're only getting bigger.
Stand back further.
Yeah. So, I guess there's not really much else to talk about. Oh, that kid Will Levis that I was talking about on Twitter. So you said you think he's like your 4th or 5th.
It's my number 5, but I don't want him. I might drop him a peg after hearing the despicable acts that he does when he has coffee. Oh, I put mayonnaise in my
coffee and the banana
Yeah,
stuff. Did you see
I
the
want
banana one?
coffee. No, I didn't see that one.
He eats the banana with the peel on it.
Yeah, I don't want him.
That
That
is
is a
weird.
bust in the NFL.
Oh,
Oh
that is
yeah, in the
weird.
morning I like to have my coffee with mayonnaise. Well, I don't want you as my quarterback. No wonder you play for Kentucky.
Hey,
It makes
I
perfect
think Kentucky's
sense.
gonna be okay next year.
No,
And
not
last
with
year.
him. They're probably gonna finish like 7-5, thanks to him.
One thing I did notice when I was watching it is it seemed like I don't know, the offense was just like I don't know, I feel like he left a lot out there on the field at times.
Yeah, I mean, and that was kind of my problem. I mean, there's things he can work on, and who knows, maybe he'll jump up for me.
Yeah.
But I
I
mean,
kind of
I'm taking the way you look at it, I'm taking Bryce Young over him for
okay.
sure. I'm taking C.J. Stroud over him. I'm taking Cameron Ward from from Washington State. Taking him over Levis. I'm taking
Okay.
Phil Dracovic over him
Yeah.
from Boston College. And then there's the Florida quarterback. Is it Robinson?
Anthony Richardson.
Richardson.
Yeah.
I'm, that's a close one. I would have to see what Richardson does this year. But there's him. There's is it Van Dyke? Tyler Van Dyke from Miami.
Yeah, I've heard of
He's
him.
another one potentially. We'll see what DJ Ungalele or whatever it is. Got to see what he does this year too. So there's a lot of quarterbacks out there. It's a really, really strong class. It's very close once you get past quarterback number 3, I think. To me, and unless Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Cameron Ward all just stink this year, I think they're the top 3. And, then there's a big gap between 3 and 4.
All right.
But, I mean, I'm just going off of what I've seen when he played in, I think, Division II and what all the recruiting people have been saying about Ward, where if it translates to what they think he can be in college, he's a generational quarterback.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, and because a lot of people, when it comes to the quarterbacks, they get drafted based off like name and stuff too. And just like, oh, everybody's talking about this guy.
Yeah.
This guy has potential. Yeah, I think Ward might be available to the point where we might not be able to trade up super high and we can land him.
Okay.
We might be able to trade to like 10 and then get Cameron Ward. And
Yeah,
have
I
him
think if
sit
that guy
behind,
is there, that Chris Bauer likes or Frank Reich, I think they have to be aggressive this year.
Yeah, I mean they got the draft picks to do it. Unlike last year or unlike in free agency when potentially Rodgers was available and Russell Wilson and guys like that. This year they have the capital to trade and move up in the draft. So they could trade like this year's first, maybe next year's first and a second or something like that. Or maybe just this year's first and a second, and they might be able to trade to like 5 to 10.
Yeah, Chris Ballard's a mastermind. He knows how to freaking, I don't know. Know what I mean? You know how he is in trades. He always gets the best that he could.
Definitely. And then also there's the picks we got from Atlanta as well. We have that the third round that can turn to a second round from Washington.
Oh, yeah, the conditional.
So we got, draft capital where we can move up and we can take a quarterback if we feel like, that guy's going to be the future. But, I mean, are they willing to draft somebody that's going to have to sit for 3 years, potentially?
Yeah.
Because if Matt Ryan could play another 4 years, then,
we've seen
you got
a
to
lot
put
of
that
these.
into consideration.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of these older quarterbacks have their best years in their late years.
Yeah, so I mean, if Matt Ryan says, hey, I'm going to play 4 years, and he plays good for these 4 years,
we'll take
there's
it.
a kid from Notre Dame that they could draft too that I am very, very high on, Tyler Buckner. If Tyler Buckner plays like I think he's going to play this year, you might want to save some draft capital.
All right.
Because he has an opportunity to be the best quarterback available when he's in the draft.
Okay.
I mean, he's very fast, super athletic, very hard to tackle when he's on the run, has a great deep ball. I mean, and he was just a freshman last year. And I would say watch the first half of the Virginia Tech game when he goes in. Because Jack Cohn wasn't playing great in that game. Offensive line was terrible, so he was really struggling. They were down 10-0. Partway through the first, I believe, Tyler Buckner comes in, makes it a 14-10 game, has 125 yards passing, threw like a 50-yard bomb, just perfect. Seemed like he wasn't even trying to throw it.
Jeez.
He has a great arm. That's why I'm very confident Notre Dame can beat Ohio State week 1.
Oh, man, that is going to be so much fun to see you and Derek go at it during that game. You two need to go live during that game. You need to live stream that game. That is going to be
We might. It just depends when I get home, too, because my aunt is getting married that day.
Okay.
So, depending on when she or when the reception is, if I have time to get back home, get a pizza, get set up, then I'm definitely gonna stream with Derek. But
that
like
would
I said,
be
Ohio State,
legendary.
Ohio State's very good, but week 1, they do struggle. They struggle every single year. Week 1, they have a new defensive coordinator. His defenses are
more
great,
complicated,
but it's very complicated to learn.
Yeah,
it takes a year.
I think I heard something about Stroud saying it was different. I think it was you and Derek on the hangout the one night.
Yeah, say we were talking about it, and he mentioned how Stroud said that the defense is different this year, but it's a complicated defense to learn.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, look, first game of the year. Yes, it's at Ohio State. Yes, they're going to be honoring the 2002 or 2003 champions. I get that, but they struggle in the first game. Just to kind of give you and others that are listening an idea of how dynamic Notre Dame's offense can be. Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl this year. It was Marcus Freeman, very first game, had to get that team ready in like 2 weeks since being named head coach. You know, it was more of a tryout for Mike Elston for defense coordinator and Tommy Rees for offensive coordinator. In that game, Notre Dame did lose by 2. This was against the number 5 all-purpose defense, Oklahoma State.
Ooh, okay.
Jack Cohn in that game went 38 for 68, had 509 yards, had 5 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And that pick really wasn't on him, but he doesn't run. He's very, like, if he has to run, he'll run, but he doesn't normally run.
How big is he?
Yards.
How tall is he?
I think he's like 6'3", Jack Cohn.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I think 6'3", 6'4".
Damn,
But 509 yards. And again, this was against a top 5 defense in the country. So now you add in Tyler Buckner, who has a better arm, who is just as accurate. Which that's another thing with Jack Cohn.
Very accurate.
He's going to find where the ball needs to be placed, and he's going to put it there. His draft stock got hurt last year because of the bad offensive line, and also Wisconsin was not a passing team. They were more of a run first team.
So it took time away from him.
Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
And they're reunited too. Jack Cohn and Jonathan Taylor. But, so that definitely hurt his value. But he's a smart quarterback. He's going to get the ball where he needs to put it. That's the same with Tyler Buckner. It's going to be tough because it's Ohio State. And honestly, they're a top 2 team potentially in the country. It's going to be a good game. I'm not guaranteeing Notre Dame's going to win.
Arkansas.
But I think they have a chance. Arkansas is like the number 50. Something like that. Honestly, who is your quarterback returning for Arkansas? Any like big people leave?
The Jefferson. I know Treylon Burks is gone.
Yeah, Burks is on.
We got Jalen Catalon back. He was a safety. We got a few people coming back, and then I saw we had a few decent recruits, 5-star recruits. Let me see. I think the quarterback was Malik Jefferson.
Oh, I don't know.
He was like a run-first quarterback. He's kind of, a little too much running. That was my problem with them. But I really like the coach. I really like Sam Pittman. Okay. I've heard he's had a big impact on them. But I'm still learning college myself, so I'm trying to get into it, and I have been. I'm learning Arkansas a little bit. As I'm watching tape, I know it really helps because you learn some players and you start looking players up. If you see they make a nice play or something, you look them up, and so I'm getting into it. Yeah. It's definitely more difficult than NFL because the transfers like every year. I don't know. There's a lot more players, a lot more teams, so I think it's a little more difficult, but it just makes it more fun. Yeah.
And I mean, I watch high school football, college football, and then obviously NFL. I watch high school because, I'm paying attention to some of the big names that are going to college and some of the guys that are going to Notre Dame. So, I might travel to Saline, Michigan and go watch CJ Carr, who committed to Notre Dame, 5-star quarterback for 24. Ooh. So I might go up and watch a game for him.
Right.
Yeah, but I watch all that too because I gotta, see who Notre Dame's getting or kind of see who's overrated, like Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, gotcha. Jackson Arnold, I don't know who that is.
Oklahoma. He's gonna be class of 23, committed to Oklahoma.
Gotcha.
He wanted to go to Notre Dame, but obviously Notre Dame was more focused on Dante Moore. And, they took a risk. They didn't get him. He went to Oregon because his family did not want him to go to Notre Dame. They're Michigan people, which Michigan people are trash. Sorry to any Michigan fans, but I'm actually really not sorry. But, yeah, his dad hates Notre Dame because he's a Michigan guy. And, that's fine. So he went to Oregon. I'll tell you what made me upset and why I was so confident when I talked to Derek and whenever I posted online about him. I found out Dante Moore, who he's going to be a great quarterback. He committed to Notre Dame. He was a silent commit. So basically what that means, if you're a silent commit, you tell the school, hey, I'm going to go to your school. I'm going to commit. And this is when I'm going to announce it publicly.
Oh, okay.
And that's what he told Notre Dame. He's like, yeah, I'm going to commit to your school. I'm going to come play for you. I'm going to announce in April that I'm going to go and play at your school. But then his dad started to push back on it. I was like, hey, don't commit there. Look at some other schools. Get a better idea. Which, okay, that's fair. But, he committed to Notre Dame. That's why I was so confident. And said, we're going to get him. And it stinks because we would have gotten 2 5-star quarterbacks in a row from Michigan, which just would have been even better. Because you hear all the Michigan fans and the reporters that think they know what they're talking about when they don't. They're like, oh, we're going to get Dante Moore. They didn't. Oh, we're going to get CJ Carr. His grandfather was coach at Michigan. He was one of the great coaches maybe of all time. Didn't get his grandson, went to Notre Dame. So, and now they have another 5-star from that state. Probably not going to commit to Michigan. Notre Dame's pushing hard after him.
Yeah.
So it's just great. I hope he commits to Notre Dame because I can rub it in the face of Michigan fans, which I love to do.
Yep, I don't blame you there. Michigan fans are fun to. When you get the chance to talk smack, it's fun too.
I love it. I love talking trash to Michigan fans. I know there's Michigan fans that are subscribed, probably to you and to me. I don't care. I mean, look, thank you for supporting, but I'm going to talk trash whenever I get the chance, just like Derek will, because Ohio State hate each other.
Yeah.
With a passion. We're gonna destroy you guys. But hey, you know what? It's okay, Michigan. You guys have the number 35 class in 23. It's okay. Notre Dame, Ohio State, they have the top two classes. Notre Dame, Michigan, or Ohio State, they flip-flop every year. August 4th, Notre Dame will take over number one again because there's a linebacker. His name is Jalen Osbury. Very good, top six linebacker. He's going to commit to Notre Dame. It's just fun because his school is right next to LSU. LSU now has Brian Kelly, so the fact that our old coach Brian Kelly can't commit a guy that honestly should commit to LSU is hilarious. But I love
you
it.
really like just going at people's throats in college football, huh?
I don't like Brian Kelly because he's, for one, just not a good person in general. He really isn't. There's something happened at Notre Dame. I think his third year, maybe, he had a student during a pretty bad storm climb up this pole or whatever to kind of fix whatever was happening. Kid climbs up the pole, dies. So that happened. And then Brian Kelly is just so full of himself too. Because, like ESPN, they love him. So he's like, oh, I don't have to try anymore. Because he used to be a great recruiter.
Yeah.
And then at Notre Dame, he just kind of stopped and he used the excuse of, oh, it's academics. That's why Notre Dame can't recruit like Alabama and Georgia and Ohio State and all these other schools. That's why we can't have a top 3 class. And then meanwhile, Marcus Freeman, great recruiter, his first year as a head coach, has right now, with less commits than Brian Kelly's best class, has already had a better class, like point-wise. Because if you get a player committing to your school, you get points assigned to you, and that's how you move up and down the recruiting boards.
Yeah.
Notre Dame already has a better recruiting class than any of Brian Kelly's, ever, and this is from a first-year head coach.
Jeez.
They are number 2 right now, but that's because Ohio State got a 4-star tight end, so they jumped Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to jump back up to number 1 unless somebody else commits Ohio State before August 4th. I don't know. I find it funny. So I don't like Brian Kelly. And plus, he left Notre Dame in a really crappy way. In a position to potentially make the playoff, leads to go to LSU.
I think I saw that. I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, but he did at Cincinnati too. Cincinnati, they got to a really big BCS bowl game, and Brian Kelly left to go to Notre Dame and kind of screwed Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's messed up. How are you going to leave your team going to a playoff game?
I don't know. I mean, he says it's always a business decision, which it is. Because, he's
okay, but
that's
money, your team, and you taught your team.
You got to stay.
Yeah, finish out the season.
Florida's new coach, Napier, I believe is his last name. He's a new coach at Florida. I believe he coached at another school in Florida. Got offered a job by LSU, and he told LSU, well, I'm going to finish coaching this, the team I'm coaching for right now. Yeah. Once our bowl is done, then I'll go and I'll be your coach. LSU said no. So okay, I'm going to leave. And in Florida, they offered him a deal, and he said, hey, just so you know, I will only go if I can finish the season out with my team. Florida said, okay, you can do that. Oh. So I have respect for coaches like that, where it's we're going to finish out our run. Yes, I know there's a lot of money on the line. Yes, it's a business, all that good stuff. But, I respect people that finish out, whatever season they're on.
Continue with your team. Yeah. Yeah.
And what's crazier is Notre Dame, like I said, they were ranked number 5. There's a good chance that they could have snuck into the playoff. But he left. And I don't think they would have made it anyway, but that really hurt their chances. So I don't like them. Michigan I don't like, but that's because of some historical thing where Notre Dame did try to join the Big Ten, but, Michigan said no because they hated Catholics. And there's this whole thing. It was really bad. So I hate Michigan because of that. And then USC, I hate them because for one, they're stuck up and they think they're better than what they actually are. And two, it's just a very heated rivalry. Not
We got
as
lucky
bad
with
as like,
Pittman. We got lucky with Pittman.
I'll tell Pittman straight up. I hate USC. Look, I'm glad that they developed you into the player you are today, but your team stinks.
Yeah.
It's been 2,060 something days since you guys beat Notre Dame last.
Damn, you got all the days remembered.
It's something like that. It's over 2,000 days though. And then I don't hate Navy, but and I respect Navy because they pretty much saved Notre Dame and their football program because of World War II, and all the players that were being drafted. They didn't have enough, and they weren't sure what they were going to do. So what Navy did was they helped out Notre Dame. That way they can stay and continue to have their program.
Yeah,
So I know Navy's not good right now, and people trash Notre Dame
but still,
for playing Navy. But
yeah,
it's respect. It's like
right.
if Notre Dame was to join a conference, my whole thing is okay. I'm cool with it, but you got to make sure, no matter what, you get to play Navy.
Yeah.
And if the conference says no, you can't play Navy because you have to play all these teams in our conference. Yeah, you'd be like, sorry, Big Ten, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I'd rather join the SEC anyway than the Big Ten because of the whole history thing.
Yeah. So Brian Kelly is going to have a tough time in SEC, Jacob says.
Oh, yeah. Brian Kelly, he's not a bad coach. He's a good coach, but, that team's not good too, so it's not going to help. LSU is probably going to win 7 games. They're not beating Alabama. Brian Kelly will not beat Alabama. I think they play Auburn. I think Auburn will probably beat them. And there's a few other teams in SEC I think that are just better.
Arkansas.
Do they play LSU?
Yeah, they did last year.
All right. I don't know a whole lot about the SEC and, like what division each team is in. But if you guys play LSU, I'll take, Arkansas.
Listen, Arkansas finally had a few big games last year and finally won a few big games against some good opponents. We beat Texas A&M.
Like Ivy Tech, you guys beat Ivy Tech. You guys beat the University of Phoenix online. Some good
We
games.
beat Florida. Florida
was 7-5, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. Florida.
They were ranked
like
10th at this time, so yeah. I don't know.
Florida was all right. They weren't bad enough.
On the rise. Arkansas on the rise. What's that?
Honestly, I think Florida had a good chance to beat Alabama. I think they got stopped at the goal line.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
It was a really good game. Alabama got lucky in a couple of games, even though Alabama's really good, obviously, and one of the best teams in the country. There's a couple games they could have lost. They could have lost to Florida. They should have lost to Auburn. Auburn screwed that up. So, thanks, Auburn, for ruining Notre Dame's chances to get into the playoffs.
Oh, no, you know what? I don't think Arkansas beat Florida. I think that was Kentucky. I think I got that mixed up with tape that I was watching with Kentucky.
Okay.
I don't know.
Results. See, I don't know who Arkansas plays and Kentucky plays because my TV provider doesn't let me watch garbage. But no, I'm kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding. Arkansas.
Let's see how it is.
Arkansas's
hey,
okay.
We aren't as bad as we were.
That is true.
They were the laughing stock of the SEC for quite a while.
Really? I thought that was Vanderbilt.
Well, yeah, but I know Arkansas was bad too.
I mean, I did because, and then just recently they had the big SEC meeting and everything where all the coaches got interviewed and whatnot. And there's a really funny joke I heard actually at that whole meeting thing. And Clark Lee, he's the coach of Vanderbilt. Like Clark Lee, good defensive coordinator. He said Vanderbilt is going to be the best program in the country one day. I thought that was a really funny joke, personally.
Oh, man. Oh,
I honestly, I am rooting for Vanderbilt a little bit because, like I said, I like Clark Lee. He's a good guy, really good defensive coordinator. So if his time doesn't really work out in Vanderbilt and he gets let go, whoever gets him is going to get a really good defense coordinator.
All right, so yeah, they did beat Texas. They beat
Right.
A&M.
Oh shoot!
They beat Mississippi State.
I gotta wrap it up. I just realized what time it is. I think it's about 10:55.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Oh no! Did I get you in trouble?
I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to clock out right now, but I gotta finish. Well, hold on. I'm short. It doesn't. Everything looks okay. I just got to run outside and. Well, now I can cheat and throw it in my closet. Never mind.
Oh man!
I just got to sweep
in
it.
trouble.
No, I just didn't realize it was almost 11.
Time to go home.
But then again, I was doing more than I should have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a text from somebody. Where are you at? You're supposed to be home.
All right, and then we beat LSU. Alabama, we made it close, 42-35.
Yeah.
Beat Missouri, and then we beat Penn State in the Outback Bowl. So
nice.
Yeah, that's an okay. We lost to Georgia and Ole Miss and Auburn and Bama.
Right.
So
and Auburn's not terrible.
No. At least we didn't lose to like freaking Georgia Southern, a team like that.
Right.
But yeah,
I guess that is true.
Anything else let's see, we got Jacob. I'm surprised Florida didn't go after Urban Meyer. LOL. My, that was something.
I don't really think anybody would want Urban Meyer right now.
Nah, no way. All right, is there anything else you want to talk about before you get off? Because I know you're done with work. You just want to go home and chill out.
Yeah, I got to get home. Not that I can think of. Yes, Alabama's defense will be very good. It does help to have more than likely the number 1 overall pick on your defensive line. I mean, my God, he's a monster.
Yeah, I've seen mock drafts and stuff of him being real high. I didn't watch any tape, but I have to. I want to.
Oh, so I could be getting it wrong, but he had 110, somewhere around there, tackles this year or this past season. He had 17.5 sacks. One of the most dominant players in college football. Jeez. And in the last
over 100 tackles for a defensive end.
Oh yeah. He's insane.
Oh my God.
It's very good.
I hope the Texans don't get him.
Yeah. I am praying the Bears get the first pick so they can take him. Matt Eberflus would love to have.
Oh yeah. But you think the Bears are gonna be that bad?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be that good. And honestly, I think the front office there wants them to be pretty bad.
Oh, damn.
Just because they're rebuilding and they're gonna have so much money next year to spend. So I think they don't want to be that great.
Gotcha.
All right, I gotta hop off.
All right.
So it was a good chat.
I had a good time talking some football.
You have to head out, so. Oh yeah.
Not the caliber of a Derek and Cody stream. All right, see you later, man.
See ya.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the JW Sports Talk Show, where every fan's welcome. Hope you all had a good time. Thank you for Jacob, Michael, Coach Dante showed up for a little bit. We had Inside the Horseshoe, of course, talking for a little bit. I will put the link to Inside the Horseshoe's podcast YouTube channel in the description. He does Colt stuff too. Jacob, you seem like you were getting along with him pretty well too. Fun dude to watch. He makes some really good content. So yeah, I thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on. This is it from JDW. Signing off. See you later.